Hola Luna. Hola Luna. Yes, this video is going to be about cats. And dogs. Yes, and dogs. Hello my friends, esteemed colleagues, dear relatives. As I have mentioned, this video is going to be about heart murmur in cats, dogs, humans, and all kinds of other domestic animals. It's all the same thing. I was asked to talk about heart murmur in cats, but since the problem that causes heart murmur in cats is the same problem arising in dogs and humans and other domestic animals. Now, why do I focus on domestic? Why don't I say animals in general? Well, because these problems don't happen in nature. This is caused by human diet. And you may say, well, cat doesn't eat human diet. Well, it eats the same crap as we do. Okay, it's packaged food, they say for cats, kibbles, or whatever it is. It's basically processed carbohydrate, dietary carb, with coloring. They say, oh, it has, I don't know, percentage of meat. Doesn't matter percentage of meat. It's the carbohydrate that creates a problem. Now, where is the problem? Well, remember, carnivores, cat, dog. Dog is omnivore more than carnivore because also eats fruits. Then they get all their minerals from meat, from other animals that they're eating. Contrary to this, herbivores that eat plant food need to supplement on salts. So you have to give them actually salt. Because contrary again to what we are being told, that our minerals are coming through veggies, which is big bull. We don't get nothing from veggies other than glucose when we cook them, because we destroy cellulose that separates glucose, carbohydrate, from us. Now again, I'm being attacked. You know, carbohydrate is not glucose, carbohydrate is different, that turns into glucose. Well, I am not going to go here into scientific discussions. The point is that what we call carbohydrate, the only nutrient that you get from it is glucose, simple sugar, which is not sweet. Bread is not sweet, rice is not sweet. Again, I'm being told, no, glucose is sweet, but when it's in carbohydrate form, it's not sweet. I don't go into stupid details, it's irrelevant. It is the glucose that is causing the problems, because it's the only type of a sugar that animal body, including humans, can use to create amino acids. But also, in emergency, it can use it as a booster fuel. So once when you start feeding your animal or yourself with carbohydrate, you have to supplement with salt, same like herbivores. But then we are being told, no, salt is terrible, it's going to give you high blood pressure, it's going to destroy your kidneys. Nonsense. We are being told nonsense from the day we open our eyes. And the most nonsense you learn through your indoctrination schooling system. So, more diploma, higher diplomas you have, the more educated you are, the more brainwashed you are into nonsensical science. not the true science. So, what is creating the heart murmur? When heart is pumping, if you listen to your heart, you will hear dum, 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 dum. But sometimes, especially in older people, you hear your head dudums, dudums, dudums. Well, what is this hiss? The murmur. It is the blood that is escaping. It's a backfiring. It's retreating back into the part of the heart that it came from. Because the tricuspidal valve is not closing well. Why is not closing well? Because it became deformed. Now, what is deforming? What creates deformity in the valve that was good and now all of a sudden is deformed? Well, what happens with the fruit when it dries up? It becomes soft, and then it wrinkles. Same happens with the valve. First becomes soft, and then it shrinks. Edges start wrinkling. And now, when pressure occurs in the heart, well, some blood does not go into aorta, but is being pushed back in atrium where it came from. And this pushback is creating cavitation and causing murmur. So now, as soon as I mentioned this, anyone that read several of my articles and watched several of my videos already gets the idea. What happens with a tissue, with a cell, when it starts dehydrating? Well, it gets softer and then starts shrinking and creasing. So does then organ that they form. So if the valve lost attention, became soft, and has uneven edges, and starts leaking, well, this is because it is dehydrated on a cellular level. So, what makes it dehydrate? Lack of minerals. Because when you have lack of minerals, you have lack of water, lack of plasma. Body cannot hold water that it cannot measure correctly to mineral value for the best possible electroconductivity. So, if animal becomes low on minerals, it is becoming low on water. Doesn't matter how much it drinks. It will not hold the water. Same like we. It's exactly the same. I'm talking now about cat. It is the same thing with a dog, same thing with a parrot, same thing with humans, same thing with alligator. Any animal, if it starts eating incorrectly and it does not hold on minerals. Now, people say, well, my cat is eating the best cat food there is. Well, how do you know it's the best cat food? My veterinarian says. Well, veterinarian knows exactly the shit. Same like doctors, same like nutritionists. They know only what they have been told. And we are being told lies in the school. So they are just repeating the same lies. They don't even know the difference between cooked and raw foods. And it's like a day and night. That's the difference. And anytime you have processed food, you have junk in there camouflaged with some coloring and artificial flavors so the animals eat it. And because they are sugars, they get hooked to them. They start loving it. You know, Cat is strict carnivore. In nature, cat will eat only animals it catches. It will not eat any fruits. It may eat grass, same like any other animal when it needs to purge, but not for nutritional purposes. And now when they eat stuff that they buy in a store, this is basically pure carbohydrate based on soy flour, the better quality on rice, and now the most expensive is based on legumes, which is the most toxic. So again, because vets know diddly squat, and they misinform pet owners. No, I'm always being attacked by vegans and vegetarians. Oh, I have a cat and it eats vegetables with me. Well, poor animal mimics what you are doing, and it doesn't have choice. Obviously, you don't give piece of meat and a carrot and see what cat is going to choose. You give a carrot and you put some sugar on it, spice it up a little bit so cat likes it, and boom. But this is incorrect food. I have mentioned before on YouTube there is this crazy chick vegan from, I think, Britain, that has a fox and proudly shows her happy fox vegetarian. Yeah, but fox in natural color is reddish. Her fox is white with gray. It looks like a vegan, pale, skinny, and it is going to contract all kinds of health issues, including heart murmur. But most likely also there will be cancer, leukemia. It's very common in carnivores who are being fed vegetarian diets. Simple as that. And this is why you have more and more leukemia in cats in urban setting, because cats cannot hunt. They are forced to eat what people give them, and people don't give them meat, they give them vegetables. Bingo, leukemia. Immune deficiency, all kinds of stuff. But here, when we are talking about heart murmur, remember, plants are toxic, and this toxicity will prevent cellular hydration. Lack of mineral prevents cleansing. Blood becomes more toxic. Toxic blood cannot be used for hydration of cells. Cells refuse to hydrate with it. So when a heart valve is not hydrating on cellular level, dehydrates, becomes weak, loses tension. It's a muscle, loses tension. The edges crease, starts leaking blood, doesn't close well, and then because it loses tension, it caves in, so it stops even closing, and more blood goes through. Now doctors and vets will give you medication, drugs to drug the animal, to slow down the heart, to slow down the contraction, so less pressure is done, okay, less leakage. Yeah, but this is very bad for the body. Plus, it is a toxic remedy. One of them is garlic. That will do the trick. And deterioration, dehydration accelerates, and quickly things turn worse. You don't heal with drugs. You have to hydrate, which means you have to change the diet. You have to start drinking plasma. Now, cats or dogs, you cannot tell them, okay, from now on you have to drink more. They will not do it. So you have to make them drink more. How you do it? Well, start feeding them correctly, give them meat, and put some salt on meat, sea salt. So they are thirsty. They get more minerals, so now urge for more water comes in. And then put a little bit of salt, sea salt, in the water, and add some colloidal silver, nanoparticle colloidal silver, to increase also the electroconductivity. The healing will be faster. And force them. Now they will urinate more, but it's okay. They may have diarrhea, same like we do, at some stages of cleansing, because they start cleansing and hydrating. Well, same symptoms. It's all the same thing. Doesn't matter. We are talking about people, we are talking about cats, dogs, orangutans, dinosaurs. It's the same thing. And actually plants. The best fertilizer for plant is a sea salt. A little bit of sea salt with the water, mix it and give it to your plants, and it will be like you gave them the best possible fertilizer. They'll be happy, grow like crazy, because they need minerals, same as we do, same as cats do, same as dogs do. And the problem will be solved. Of course, it's a healing process. So it's not one pill that interferes with the symptom. This is healing, and healing takes time. But don't worry about it. You have stopped. Once when you start doing the correct things, you stop, the progression of the problem stops, and slowly problems go away. I've helped many people, even with a hard hernia, it closed. Now with people it's easier, because once when they understand that they have to start drinking a lot of plasma, they force themselves and they do it. Now also you can use pulsar. Again, I have to make video on pulsars, but blood electrifier. Now if you use it on a cat, it's pretty difficult, because cat will not stay still unless it's extremely sick. Dogs, it's easier. My dogs had no problem. They understood once when pulsar is on, they have to lay in place. Same like with us, on the front paws, you find this area, you shave it, water, put water on the whole area here, you put electrodes, tie them with neoprene tie that comes with it, and put it pulsating, and you will just see paw moving like this sometimes. Sometimes the whole animal starts moving, especially if they are, my dogs used to swim in the sea every day, and sometimes they are still wet. I put pulsar on them and the whole body is pulsating. It's not painful, it's just, funny to see. But it helps. It helps hydration. They hydrate 20 times faster. So this can be done, can be used on animals as well as on people. And I'm talking about Dr. Bob Beck's, Robert Beck's blood electrifier called pulsar. Not the magnetic pulsar, the electric pulsar. Again, I'll make a video about this to inform you a little better, because more and more people are interested in this stuff. A lot of people are using them for years already. This is nothing new. But Still, it is probably one of the best machines around, and definitely the best for hydration that I know of. So, if you have a cat that was diagnosed with heart murmur, well, don't even wait. You listen to this video, immediately throw the dry food away, throw the canned food away. It's a low ash. Well, nothing is less ash than raw meat. And go and get fish. Cats love fish, dogs not so much, but cats love fish. Again, if they are used on dry food, which is basically sugar, they may refuse to eat raw meat, so you may have to cook it a little bit at the beginning and then give it more and more raw as they adjust. With cats, they can be quite finicky, so to switch them on your diet, also raw eggs are great. So scramble raw egg, put a little bit of salt in there, scramble it and give it to the cat. Even you can put some milk in there with egg. Generally, cats love it. This is great food. Now again, at this stage of healing, you put more salt so the cat gets the urge to drink, and then put a pinch of salt in their drinking water with some colloidal silver. Keep it in a dark place, and the bowl cannot be made out of metal because colloidal silver is going to bond to it, and it's going to be stuck to it. It's not going to be any more colloidal water. So the bowl should be plastic, glass, or ceramic. And if you put nanoparticle colloidal silver in there, it has to be in a darker place, not on direct sunlight, so it doesn't oxidize. When it oxidizes, it turns black, dark, and it's not any more active. And remember, colloidal silver is not medicinal, it's not toxic, so it is not going to prevent cellular hydration. It is going to be fine to use it, and the animal and you yourself will hydrate by drinking it, and drinking water and minerals, plasma. As soon as you start doing this, you stop progression of this health issue, and the hydration will start, and little by little the problem will be solved. The muscle will regain the tension, and it will start smoothing the edges. As it hydrates, it expands, and it starts working well again. We don't need any transplants, because then you become patient for life, because any foreign body, your organism is going to try to reject it. So never ever go for organ substitute, transplant. Fix your body. It's easy. Your body has thousands of doctors. Your genes are the doctors. They constantly adjust to the ambient, to the environment, and instruct the cells how to survive in it. And as you are cleansing, every hour you are being readjusted and readjusted until finally you are healthy. So self-healers protocol, as it goes for you, it goes for animals, it goes for plants. Only if you have some animal and you are not sure what to feed her with, if you are not going to go with veterinarian suggestion, then check the relative, wild relative in nature, what they eat, and get the same kind of a food for your pet. Simple. No matter what animal it is, it cannot have dietary processed carbohydrates. It can have raw carbohydrate, banana, because carbohydrate is in shield of cellulose, so it is non-digestible. It just goes through your body. This is why the shake, your cat can have the shake, banana shake. Egg, a little bit of banana, some yogurt, a little bit of coconut oil, blend it, give it to the cat. It's going to love it. And the banana will not be toxic to her because it's raw. And nutrients will come from the egg and from the yogurt and coconut oil, some fat. Dogs can have it, cat can have it, we can have it. My parrots loved it. So, raw food and animal-based raw food. Thank you for listening. Till next time, love you all.